What's going on, YouTube? I'm actually here just making this video pretty much about other cryptocurrencies. Um and when I make these videos, it's really my opinion. So take it with a grain of salt. I get a few people that of course have their own opinion of things, and I do respect that. And actually I do learn from that. I like seeing um different opinions about certain topics. Um Basically, for me, other cryptocurrencies, for me, I'm just sticking with the mainstream of money. Bitcoin, it seems to be where everyone is at, and where high investors are going, and where the general population is at. Not saying that other cryptocurrencies can't get to that point, like Feathercoin, Dogecoin, and stuff like that. um, I'm not saying that that can never happen. What I'm saying is currently, Bitcoin is pretty much dominating all the cryptocurrencies as far as interest, and maybe later on down the road, something else might rise up a little bit. But as far as surpassing Bitcoin, I don't really see that. Unless something, I have no idea what could actually change and disrupt the whole use of Bitcoin. It's pretty widely used at this point, for the most part, out of cryptocurrencies. Um, yeah, so me, I usually just stick with the mainstream of money, and it's just been Bitcoin. I have been, dabbling a little bit in Litecoin, just a little bit, not too much, just to have some. But as far as any other cryptocurrencies, I really don't actually own any. And it's not that they're bad. Like I said, I want to emphasize on that. It's not that they're bad. It's just the mainstream of money is not going there yet. Um, I'm pretty sure someday, once cryptocurrencies get a little bit more popular, which they are pretty popular, despite what it may seem, on a global level, it's pretty much used a lot, for the most part. Not surpassing, the finite dollar bill supply, if you want to call it that, more like inflation. But uh, yeah, I definitely, for me, I don't want to put my money into something that hasn't really shown itself to what it could be, fully. I don't mind that, most cryptocurrencies are at a fair price to afford, but it's just the fact that there's so many now that it's not like Bitcoin back then, because Bitcoin, when it first came out, yes, it was very low, but it was only really the only one out. So, it was almost bound to, go up. But now there's so many other cryptocurrencies following Bitcoin that you really don't know exactly where to put your money at. You hear a lot of different, stories on which one is better, which one might go up, which one actually has a future, and which one might die. To me, that seems a little bit risky, and I really don't feel like gambling my wealth on uh, speculation and stuff like that. I think I've done enough gambling with the stock market, so yeah. um, but yeah, that's pretty much my whole take on other cryptocurrencies. It's not that they're bad. They just need to be. For me, I think for any other cryptocurrency to really take off, they have to be segregated from Bitcoin in a way. Um, Meaning you shouldn't be able to have to buy another cryptocurrency from Bitcoin. From using cash to buy Bitcoin, and then to buy Litecoin or Feathercoin or Dogecoin or whatever coin. You shouldn't have to really do that. It should be its own independent system, where you could just basically have an exchange, where you could just basically buy from your cash to transfer to Feathercoin if you want to. I'm pretty sure there might be an exchange site somewhere, but I haven't looked into it 100%. Like I said, it's just overwhelming amount of other cryptocurrencies. So unless something else kind of rises up, at least within, for me to catch my attention, it would have to really rise up to at least 100 or even $50 for that particular currency for me to catch my attention, and maybe start focusing on that. But as of right now, there's just a little bit too much for my taste. I can't really keep up, and I don't really want to split up my Bitcoin and put it in all other cryptocurrencies. Yeah, that's not something I really want to do. I do believe a lot of them could succeed. I do. It's just I don't know which ones. There's so many. Like I said, we don't really know which ones is gonna take off. And putting any money really into any of them, I'm not. Well, yeah, mainly if you put money into any of them, you're not really guaranteed that it might take off. It might not. That's just being realistic. Not saying that they're bad. It's just there's too many. And that's probably one of the reasons why cryptocurrencies is kind of hard to explain to somebody because, like I said, I talk about Bitcoin a lot to a lot of people, and then that always comes up at some point. That comes up whether I get a text or a Facebook message or person to person. They always ask about other cryptocurrencies, and then I kind of have to explain to them what they are and kind of what they do, and usually they ask how do I acquire that, and I'm pretty much to say you have to use Bitcoin to attain some of them. There, like I said, there are other websites that you could probably do an exchange for them directly. I haven't really found any. But yeah, mainly it's just been Litecoin for me, and that's just I do that because that's the second to Bitcoin. It's almost like gold and silver. To me, that was like the second one up. And there actually are charts to actually show you which one is like most popular and most used and stuff. And Litecoin's like usually right behind Bitcoin. So I'm just putting where my money is on that. But yeah, I usually tend to follow the mainstream of money. When I see when I see it being something that's being more popular towards going towards mainstream and is more used and more investors are going towards it, that's usually the direction I kind of focus on because I usually feel like if people are going to put that much time, energy, and money into something, they usually want to succeed at accomplishing whatever goal that is. Um, that's pretty much my whole take on usually investing in anything, in time or any type of thing. Is usually even if you do anything at school, like colleges or whatever, you usually invest your education into something that you see that might actually profit, give you some type of profit down the road. You usually don't pick to pick a degree in something that won't really help you later on to get you some more wealth. But yeah, that's just my take on other cryptocurrencies. Like I said, they're not bad. It's just there's too many, and it's just too many for the average person to attain a lot of those. The only way to really get a good proportion of that is if you have a massive amount of wealth just ready to pour and gamble on something that might not work out at the end. And that's just being honest. It really might not work out at the end. Yeah, I really don't want to gamble that much away just to see what might happen at the end. But yeah, and for as for Bitcoin, I do feel like it is going to take off. I mean, I'm almost a guarantee sure it's going to take off as far as in the near future. It's too much positive going on with that. So for it not to actually succeed is be mind blowing. Like I said, I don't really feel that we're going to hit the millions dollar Bitcoin anytime soon. But that's just being realistic. But I do see it going up to at least 10K or somewhere within at least maybe 2 3 years or so. Um, I don't really feel like it'll be anywhere sooner than that. It's not that adopted yet into the mainstream world. It will be. Honestly, the real way of getting something as far as Bitcoin to be adopted to the mainstream, um, is to get like one. All it takes is just like one celebrity, like one rapper, or somebody to talk about it in a song or something. I guarantee you, overnight, the value of Bitcoin will go up because nobody really knows about it, and to have an outlet like that where just a mass amount of people will hear about something and kind of research it, because of course a lot of people, if they're fans of a certain artist, they will go and kind of research what that thing is that this other person, this artist, keeps talking about in their music video. Yeah, that would definitely surge the whole value of Bitcoin dramatically. But for now, I'm just trying to collect as many as I can before something like that does happen, because that would be a really nice day for all of us. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna end this video here and get back to what I gotta do. All right, guys, catch you in the next video. Later.